I ran into Tony today, right? Just walking down Park Ave. I like it. It's pretty. Makes me imagine, if if I had a different kind of life. And all of a sudden I see Tony. I haven't seen him in 2 years. I mean, it's a big island, right? With all the boroughs and everything, too. What are the chances you're gonna run into somebody? Crazily enough, you do. But I hadn't run into Tony. It was the first time. And it's so funny because I remember thinking first thing, like, it's a good thing I just had my hair done. I wish my nails were done too. But, it's always good to look good, to feel like you look good when you see an ex, so you can be like, oh yeah, I look good, you got that feeling where you're like feeling good in yourself and everything. And it was a little bittersweet. It was a little bittersweet because I think I was more in love with my idea of who he was than who he actually was, but he was still an okay guy for the most part. At the end, it got crazy. I think we were just unhappy together, like we were taking each other for granted and shit. So he slept with my best friend Carol, and it just got crazy. It was like a soap opera, like a soap opera, but in front of my eyes. My life just got weird. And but it's weird, you see that person and I suppose they say, like, if you're indifferent, then you're over them, but I don't know. Are you indifferent when you shared something like that? You shared your bodies, secrets, you shared time that nobody else in the world knows about. Because if it was just the two of yous, then you and you're the only ones in the world who know what happened, who can talk about that time. So it's this weird shared history that even if you ended it and you're an asshole, there's still this weird history between you. And it wasn't all bad times, otherwise you're stupid for staying with him, right? But it was good. And he saw the ring and he was like, oh, so you're engaged? I said, yeah, I am. He's a really great guy. He owns a little pizza joint. He's Italian. His mom loves me. Yeah, he's a good guy. He treats me real nice and makes me laugh. He does the stupidest things to make me laugh. His name is Frankie, and he's got a little bit of a pot belly. We're working on that. For our wedding, we're trying to be svelte and lean and all that. But he's uncomplicated. And that makes it sound like maybe he's boring, but he's not. He is this I just didn't know I could laugh like I laugh with him. I love to laugh, but I have never laughed as much in my life as since I met Frankie. He'll be stupid. He'll just be stupid. He'll do things that I just can't believe he does just to make me laugh. And I can tell that, and it makes me feel real special. It makes me feel real special to he'll do the, juvenile things, right? Like a teenage boy. Like, he'll take the orange peel and stick it in his mouth and be like, whoa, crazy, but he makes me laugh, and partly he makes me laugh because I know he's doing it for me, that he doesn't mind looking like a dumbass for me. There's something really special about that, about a man. And he's a man, he's a big guy, and he makes me feel protected and safe, but he also, there's something real special about a big guy like that, letting down that and letting himself be stupid and ridiculous for you. And I get all, warm and ridiculous inside when I think about it, my Frankie. And so seeing Tony was real strange because it was unexpected, and I was actually walking around sort of daydreaming about our wedding. Me and Frankie, of course, not me and Tony. Well, no, that would definitely never happen. And all of a sudden the past sort of comes up at you. You didn't see it. And I could tell he thought I looked good. So that was nice. It's always nice to have that, And at the end of our, it was a short little conversation. We not much to say. I talked a little bit about Frankie, probably too much about Frankie, actually. He makes me get all talkative and stuff, because he's just, I never knew I could have what I have with Frankie. And having that, and I got done talking to Tony, and I just thought, you have no hold on me. And I don't think I ever, you just have this niggling when things are weird at the end, and then you don't see someone and you wonder what it's going to be like when you see them, because you haven't seen them, and you're like, is it going to be strange? Is it going to be weird? Is it going to be weighty? Is it going to be awkward? And it just felt fine, normal. This man meant something to me, but he doesn't mean anything to me anymore. And I wasn't hung up on him. Like I said, I just kept gushing about Frankie. I mean, ridiculously so. Like, my girlfriends are always telling me, you talk too much about Frankie. Okay, we get it. You love him. Great. But I guess all my past relationships, and like Tony, they were always complicated. And I thought that's what love had to be like, complicated. That it had to be work, People will tell you that, you gotta work at it, but there's just this, it's so easy with Frankie. And we have to compromise. I'm not pretending like we're some ideal couple. I mean, you should hear us, we shout at each other like the best of them. We go toe to toe. If you didn't know us, you'd think we were about to break up probably every other day. But we just like it. That's how we are. We're passionate people, We're just big and out loud, and we just say it like it is. I didn't like the way you were looking at that girl, Frankie. Oh, you didn't? Well, I didn't like the way you were looking, and but that's just who we are, We say everything we're feeling, we get it out, and we don't make no big deal of it. And it sounds like it's dramatic, but it's not, because it's simple, because everything's just out there. And there's no hidden hurts or feelings, I remember that with Tony. 2 months would go by, and suddenly he'd throw something at me that I did, that really, pissed him off or hurt his feelings. Not that he would ever say it hurt his feelings, but, he didn't like it. And I'd have no idea. And that never happens with me and Frankie. We're just out there, we just put it out there. And it's real simple. It's so simple. so easy. We've been dating for like a week, and he says, I want to marry you. And I'm like, oh, excuse me? Did you just say you want to marry me? He's like, yeah. You're the woman I want to have my babies, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to wake up to you. I want to go to bed to you. I mean, he's kind of poetic, too. And it didn't freak me out. It didn't freak me out. I mean, I told my girlfriends, and they're like, were you freaked out? And I'm like, no, I wasn't freaked out. How crazy is that? Like, I totally wasn't freaked out. I was just like, you know, there was like the rational part of me that, you know, was like, whoa, this is really fast. I think we should slow down. But then, like, the other part of me was just like, yeah, I want to wake up with you the rest of my life. And it was just so simple. So it was real nice running into Tony today in a way, you know, because it made me realize I ain't got no hang-ups. Just me and Frankie from here on out. Nobody else. I bed. Just the two of us. Just how I like it. That's what I'm talking about.